Welcome to Enjoy Wisdom Well, and thanks for being part of our channel, ours as much as yours. In Duckworth words, grit is simply passion plus perseverance for really long-term goals, and she argues it beats raw talent almost every time. So let's dive straight into how and why that works. Grit starts with a mindset. Talent counts, but effort counts twice. Talent times effort builds skill, and skill times effort builds achievement. That second multiplication means sustained, directed effort is the great force multiplier. Without it, talent plateaus early. Duckworth's research on West Point cadets, spelling bee champs, and Silicon Valley CEOs all converge on the same insight. People who stay the course after the excitement fades win far more often than the naturally gifted who coast. To unpack grit, Duckworth identifies 4 psychological assets that grow in sequence. First comes interest, a deep, abiding curiosity that turns work into play. She stresses that passion isn't a lightning bolt, it develops through exploration. Following sparks of fascination, collecting experiences, and reflecting on what feels meaningful, gradually knot into a long thread you'll want to tug on for years. Second is practice, but not the rote kind. Gritty people engage in deliberate practice, setting a stretch goal, focusing intensely, seeking immediate feedback, and repeating to push the frontier of their competence. They treat boredom and frustration as signals to refine technique, not excuses to quit. Over time, this ritual wires excellence into muscle memory. Third comes purpose, the sense that your work matters beyond yourself. Duckworth shows that when people connect daily tasks to a larger mission, perseverance stops being slog and turns into service. Teachers fighting dropout rates, chefs feeding their communities, or coders automating drudgery, all tap a motivational energy that outlasts ego. Fourth is hope, which Duckworth defines as the gritty kind of optimism. I keep going because I can improve. Rooted in Carol Dweck's growth mindset research, this hope reframes setbacks as data rather than verdicts. Every stumble becomes input for the next experiment. Hope is the emotional engine that powers practice on rainy Mondays, when initial passion alone would have sputtered. So how do you cultivate grit in yourself? Duckworth recommends building a goal hierarchy. One top-level life aim supported by mid-level projects and daily low-level tasks. By pruning goals that don't ladder up, you free cognitive bandwidth to hammer the ones that do. Pair that with a practice habit of at least 1 hour a day devoted to deliberate, stretch zone work, and track improvements to make progress visible. To grow grit around you, foster what Duckworth calls a culture of grit. Parents, coaches, and managers who model passion, demand high standards, and shower encouragement create environments where sticking with hard things becomes normal. Team rituals, from weekly demo days to family hard thing rules, signal that quitting easily just isn't what we do here. Grit has skeptics, and Duckworth addresses them. It doesn't replace luck, resources, or systemic barriers, and an obsession can turn into stubborn folly if the goal loses all value. The trick is to pair grit with self-awareness, periodically zooming out to ask whether the mountain you're climbing is still worth the climb. If you found this summary helpful, please subscribe and let me know in the comments. What's one challenge you've been tempted to abandon? And will you give it another shot this week? If you want to dig deeper, pick up the full book. And if you're ready to grow in another area, watch our next video from your channel. Enjoy Wisdom Well. See you there.